This imaginary German city of the Middle Ages was painted in 1815 by the romantic architect and painter Karl Friedrich Schinkel. The sky is black with storm clouds, but an unerring shaft of sunlight picks out the huge cathedral at the top of the hill. It glistens like a precious stone. The miraculous light allows us to inspect the cathedral in impressive detail. A large rose window at the center of the facade. Two tall spires on either side. One of them is still unfinished. Teams of busy workmen clamber like termites over platforms and scaffolding. The flag fluttering above them is the black imperial eagle of Germany. The medieval craftsmen seem to have left no surface undecorated. The cathedral bristles with spires and pointed arches, finials and complex filigree work. Its stones have been chiseled and sharpened into wonderfully delicate patterns. The painter's gaze inspects the medieval stone mason's handiwork and admires it. So detailed is the inspection that we can even follow the minute figures of workmen climbing to the top of the spire. The imaginary cathedral dominates Schinkel's picture as it dominates the city. In the shadows beyond the cathedral stands a mighty fortress. A rainbow arches across the sky. The light is unsettled, the atmosphere pregnant. Marching towards the castle is a long procession of knights returning home from battle. Another unerring shaft of sunlight picks out their leader. He wears a red cloak and rides a white horse. Hordes of onlookers jostle and cheer the returning knights. They have obviously been victorious in their crusade. What is this scene of triumph? Where is this impressive fortress nestling among green oaks on the top of a hill? Beyond the cathedral and the castle sprawls a busy medieval city bristling with spires, built along a river which winds lazily towards the horizon. Schinkel, painter and architect, is clearly enjoying the architecture of the past. Every detail has been so carefully observed, it's difficult to believe that Schinkel's cathedral city is no more than a figment of the painter's imagination. The Germany Schinkel admires is a Germany that never was, a Germany of the heart, an inspired piece of wishful thinking, where the work of man and the work of nature coexist in perfect harmony. The rainbow, the river, the distant hills, the clouds are the work of nature. The spires, the bridges, the houses of the city, the castle, the cathedral are the handicraft of man. Man's existence on earth, says Schinkel, is short-lived and transitory. As short-lived and transitory as a rainbow. The informal groupings of crowds, trees, jostling buildings lightly disguise a carefully organized view of the world. The produce of nature, the land, the sky, the river will last forever. The city under construction will last for centuries. But the lives of its inhabitants, like the rainbow, will soon be over. Only the cathedral stands apart. Built by man to the greater glory of God, it's man's only gateway to an eternal life. According to the medieval conception, the cathedral is an earthly image of the heavenly Jerusalem. Why was Schinkel dreaming of the building of a new medieval cathedral in 1815? 1815 was the year in which Napoleon was finally defeated at Waterloo by English and Prussian armies. Europe's dark age was over. The forces of God and Germany had triumphed. A new dawn had arrived, and if we follow the arc of the rainbow, it leads us dramatically to the proud banner fluttering from the cathedral spire, a black eagle on a white background, the standard of the Holy Roman Empire, founded in 962 by Otto I and surviving until 1806, when the last emperor, Franz II, was forced to abdicate by Napoleon. Schinkel is calling for the creation of a new German nation that would be truly worthy of this great past. Karl Friedrich Schinkel was 34 when he painted this picture. He was already a member of the Royal Academy of Arts in Berlin and government architect for the city. A state architect of Prussia, he dreamed of a new order to replace the chaos of the present. In his architecture, as in his paintings, Schinkel gazed longingly at the art of the past. His favorite models were the civic buildings of classical Greece and the religious architecture of the Gothic age. Schinkel was Europe's first Gothic revivalist. Gothic, he claimed, was a German invention. Gothic architecture represented the spirit of the German people as much as it represented the concepts of Christianity. Today, we know that the Gothic style had in fact originated in France. Schinkel's theatrical jingoism found its most theatrical expression in his paintings. Gothic Cathedral by the Water, 1823. A glorious cathedral towers dramatically over a tiny antique temple. Schinkel's architecture and his theatrical vision of medieval Germany was later to be admired by the Nazis. His Gothic Cathedral by the Water hung in Hitler's imperial chancellery. If we compare the paintings of Schinkel with those of Caspar David Friedrich, for example his town seen by the light of a rising moon, painted in 1817, we see that in Friedrich's picture, any political meaning remains in the background. Friedrich is not concerned with trumpeting the praises of the German nation. His dark, brooding paintings question the meaning of man's existence. Without God, says Friedrich, all that lies ahead of man is a perpetual night. If we compare Schinkel's painting with another famous view of a city, Vermeer's view of Delft from 1660, we see a town that sits much more naturally on the banks of a river, a view that shimmers, a town that seems much more alive and real. Where Vermeer gently describes what he sees, Schinkel paints what he thinks should be there. His picture is a projection of a complex set of ideas. The busy medieval city has been carefully worked out with compass marks and perspective lines. His picture is an architect's model of the past. Its houses, its trees, its people. But so grandiose is his vision, so obsessive his attention to detail, that the model seems to glow with an eerie inner light. Schinkel was not only state architect of Prussia, but also its chief town planner. In this picture, he plans the spiritual regeneration of Germany.